Dominaria cards. Unfortunately, funds are a little tight on Moto, and Dominaria is going to be really expensive for roughly a week. So we don't have any access to any new toys like Karn or anything. But I think this little goblin is one of the best rares in the set. So like I actively wanted to really give it a try. Also threw a couple blade wings in the sideboard in spots that would normally be like a Rekilling Phoenix. I think this card is probably actively worse than just another Rekilling Phoenix, especially when we only have 24 lands. But somebody assures me that I'm wrong. They just assure me that I'm wrong, so I figured I would test it. And I'm also giving the Siege Gang Commander a test. I think it may be a little bit better than Glorybringer in the mirror. And it might be something that I like a little bit more versus like some of the go wide strat or some of the like fumigate type strategies. But overall, it should potentially just be Glorybringer as well. This is pure testing, and I'm not sure these Crashers belong in the main deck, but it's just a certainly powerful card. Anyway, so we're gonna give this a try. Hey JJ, what's up, man? Hope you're enjoying Florida, and hey Nall, welcome, welcome. But yeah. Also, you'll notice in our land count, we're just up to the 20 mountains because I never wanted to have one of these on turn 3 and not be able to cast it, which is still going to happen some percentage of the time. We moved up to a 4th scavenging ground. I don't think Scorched Runes is particularly great right now, and I don't think the Grasp is very good right now, so I wanted to try this. 77 at the mid. Wow, that's so many people. Oh, you got second today. Wow. It's really sweet. What do you get for getting second in a 66 man? Kick a Joshua? Yeah, Kicker being back was kind of sweet. I enjoyed my pre-release. I had the Weatherlight, and it was sweet. Well, I guess I'm going to mulligan this hand, even though this hand's incredibly powerful, but we don't have the lands. I just think we can do better. Alright, well this hand's not incredibly powerful, but I think it's good enough to keep. Evolving Wilds. Oh cool. Well, we have a 1-drop, 2-drop removal spell. Yeah, it could be, JJ, especially in bigger pre-releases like that. Blue-black with Evolving Wilds. So that means he's probably Stone Control. And, means we basically have a blink and a half in our hand already. Again, I've not actually read the spoiler yet, but I think there's a blue-white approach deck out there that's probably very good still. Oh. This probably isn't going to resolve. And then he's probably going to buy it back later with a Gearhole or with a Scarab God, and I'm probably going to cry. But we'll have to try it anyway. I think the Fairy's very good. I think Silloway's very good. I kind of like the 3 mana counter non-bro untap some lands. I think that card's pretty sweet. We'd probably be playing blue-white right now if I was not too cheap to that in his graveyard, which means he undoubtedly hit a Gear Hulk. And if he hit a Gear Hulk into that, we're probably not going to win. But anyway, I was going to say, if I wasn't too cheap to buy Teferis right now, we'd almost assuredly be trying that deck. So he's got to come into play tapped Boneyards and come into play tapped Wilds, which is wild to me. I think Chain Goblin's one of the best rares in the set. What of these do we let him counterspell? Boom, friend. Ah. Boom. So I'm pretty sure that he has at least a Gear Hulk in his hand. My friend had 2 Ices and 2 Silhouettes in the same pool. I was actual disgusted by it. It was so good. That's something. It does a point of damage. Oh, it's right here somewhere. It does 1 damage, brother. So if he has an untapped land into a Contempt, we're probably just dead. I guess he would Contempt this and take 3 maybe? Let's see if he has a Gear Hulk. Oh, Max. Hope you're having a good day, friendo. Oh yeah, that the chain banger has to improve. It just has to improve all of the aggro matches or all the token matches. Probably less vampires because of radiance and stuff, but like still improves it. So this is kind of sweet because of how he targeted the Beaumont. We can go ahead and kill his Gear Hulk here. And then we can sack this so he doesn't gain to 2 and he goes down to 2 life. Which is just really sweet for us. Unfortunately, he still does have another verse. Wait. Why didn't he go down to 2 life? Oh, it's because he was at 8 and I can't do math. It's just simply because I can't do math, friends. He kept whatever card this was. So that's kind of a bad sign. So since he kept the card, we're just going to attack with the Kenra here. It's a little unfortunate. A little unfortunate. This is kind of bad too, because now he gets to flip the search. Could have attacked with an extra Fanatical Firebrand. It was bad that I didn't. Oh, it's really good in the mirror. So he kept that card too, over flipping and getting a Search for Azcanta, or over flipping and getting a Brahim. Alright, well, we're just going to keep doing all we can do. You can't block. I guess I'm supposed to attack with them all at this point. Maybe I was supposed to last turn, and now I'm not supposed to. I was probably trying to play around a Gear Hulk too hard. But at this point, I feel like I'm just dead now, so we're done trying to play around Gear Hulk. We give up to playing around Gear Hulk battle. Well, they hit a contempt. Ridiculous. Or is it? Boom. Do I win? I do not win. It's probably going to be pretty hard for me to beat this. He's gone through 3 contempts already, though. Hieroglyphic Illuminations, not that good here. Lots of things win. He's going to draw 2 cards. If he hits a Gear Hulk, we're in super bad shape. If he hits a land and a Scarab God, we're in super bad shape. I've played 5, or this is my 6th standard game today, and 4 of them have been versus blue, or have been versus Fumigate Settle decks, and 1 was Sultai Snakes, and now this. So I've not experienced that at all. Not got paired versus, well, the Sultai Snake deck did have Llanowar Elf, but he never played it. Oh, cool. They found their 4th Vraska's Contempt in their top 30-ish cards. You know, that's a hard one to beat, friends. That's hard to beat. So they've cast 5 Vraska's Contempts in their top 30-ish cards. Well, at least we know this isn't Vraska's Contempt. Well, it's just an Essence Scatter. What? Seems like a weird... Okay. I guess if they have the land, it's not that weird. Just go ahead and pop them off here. If they have a negate, they have a negate. Probably not likely to tap lower than that. I got to do... I think, where's it at? This was the funnest thing I've did with my green deck. I was playing a green deck. This is the funnest thing I've did. My casual turn 4 Galta. I did turn 3 Galta on stream, but... Yeah, that desktop, it's all... Almost all of this is stuff for the stream. We should delete it. I need to delete it all, but I'm lazy. Anyway, back to sideboarding here. I think we want Siege Gain. I think we want Glory Bee. I think we want all of this stuff. I think we kind of want this stuff. I think we don't want these. I think we actually don't want these because they're too brutal when he buys them back. I'm not sure we want Lightning Strikes either. We'll keep some number of Abrades. Wow, our curve went incredibly high, but that's generally how I like to sideboard here. I'm trying it, but I don't think so. I think I'm just going to prefer them to be Glory Bringers, but I did want to try them. I think I'm going to prefer it to be Glory Bringer, but I really wanted to try it. Well, opponent's showing me that land to begin with, so I guess we're just going to start a Fanatical Firebrand. And go ahead and let him use the Fatal Push on this. Oh wow, he didn't have the Fatal Push. I guess we're just going to attack first and then play the Karizev. Sounds pretty good. We beat 5 Vraska's Contempts last game. And we made a misplay, which feels good. Don't have your answer, pal. Ah, they didn't. No, never mind. So they probably did have the Fatal Push, they just decided it wasn't worth it. I agree, Max. I think it's better if you have a higher land count. We only have we only have 24 lands, so I think it's going to be a little rough for this deck, whereas I think we're going to want a more high impact card if we're not playing it exactly on turn 5. But that's just my theory. I could be wrong. Golden Demise, you say? I don't know if I think Golden Demise is a very good sideboard card versus red deck, especially when you're on the play. But he may not have anything else, so. Is it another one? He's casting something in his main phase. It was. He sideboarded in multiple Golden Demise versus us. Well, do you have a third friend? The card seems way too low impact to be a commander card. You want your commanders to be backbreaking. I just don't think that's very backbreaking. Okay. Go to 6, friendo. Please no Essence Scatter. Our opponents had either a very good hand or a build that's very good versus us. And an Essence Scatter? Alright. So opponent just has a very good hand. Got multiple 2-for-1s already. Hey, Juka. Be cool if he used a removal spell on this. Either way, I'm still going to go ahead and cast a PA here. So he's down to 1 card. If it's just like a counterspell or something, there's a chance Pia wins. Alright, so it's a Gear Hulk. Gear Hulk hits nothing. So I find this to be a very weird time to cast Gear Hulk. Feel like he should save that Gear Hulk for an Essence Scatter. Because there's like so many things that I can draw right now that are just very good here now. I guess he was trying to play around the Scavenging Ground, but I don't think that's good enough. I did go to my local midnight pre-release. I'm considering going to one tomorrow as well. I would say we're going to lose this game, though. Like, we got 2-for-1, 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 so. If he attacks, there's just no chance. I split the finals of the one I went to, and I opened a stamped Moldrofa or whatever, and a foil dampening spear. So $90 worth of foils. I don't think he should have swung if he doesn't have anything else. I'll go ahead and use this now, because I may want my mana. And I have the second one in case he has another Gear Hulk. We're going to keep playing our lands here because we have the 1/7 drop, so. Oh yeah, I opened one of Loco Dope's packs for him and it had a Mox Ember in it. That was kind of cool. My prize packs were trash, but I hit $90 worth of foils out of my packs, so I can't complain. Like, I've already sold them on eBay. Oh, there's a big boy. So what are our outs now? Our Glorybringer's an out. It's the angel that gives other angels. That card's not bad. That's the card that Local Dope's talking about right now. Card's very good. I just looked it up on eBay. I just eBay Googled. Googled the old eBay machine. The eBay machine's my favorite machine. So we had an out to win the game there. Lyra, is that the big flying angel? The lifelinky angel? Yeah, that's the lifelinky angel. I accept my 10 damage. And look at my opponent confusedly, so. Do I win? Do I draw something that lets me win? No. No, I don't. I guess these two cards could be total trash. Guess it doesn't matter if they're total trash. I'm being attacked for lethal. I will block you. Party in my pants. That's what my deck was, Murph. We're just dead, but who knows? Maybe he'll miss it. Oh, Verdant Force is what they refer to as a good one in the business. We're definitely dead here. Oh, I messed up actually. I should have used Scavenging Grounds, but then he just uses it again. Maybe this way he doesn't attack or something. Oh. Alright, we're just dead then. Boop, 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 boo. The fact that we were even in that game feels pretty good, because we've been really far out of that game for a while. I don't think I'm changing anything from the play to the draw. I almost just want to bring another chain in, but alright, we'll keep. We have a 1-drop, 2-drop, and then we have like a couple of good 4s. I won multiple games off of that, Murph. That card was very good for me. Oh, that card's actually sweet. I think that card's good. Opponent mulligan to the bottom, so as long as we hit like lands, that might be good. Yeah, that card was very good for me. I was surprised how often I was able to kick it. My deck was like kind of medium, but like I had Demon Lord and I had Weatherlight and I had like 5 mana producers, but 3 of them were like bad mana producers. Alright, we need to draw a land or we're probably going to lose. The kicker is really nice. That's unfortunate. Alright, well we didn't hit our lands, so... It's been like this kind of all day for me. Wow, 119 is a lot. What? Why would he? Oh, okay. He couldn't kill the other things, I guess. He's got Moment of Cravings in his deck as well, on top of everything else we've saw. He come prepared to beat red deck wins. Boom. Is this another Moment of Craving? Hey, Will Haas, thank you so much for the follow. Please, no fatal push. Nice. Well, that was useful for us. Alright, so now we have kind of an interesting dilemma. I think it's worth it to actually abrade one of these. It kind of wastes a braid in our hand, but gives us a chance to draw a top deck land. I think it's just worth it. Basically, just lets us discard one card and nothing else. And we just miss another land drop. That's unfortunate. We're a large favorite to win this game, but I mean, if you just don't hit your lands, you can't win. I'm actually kind of tilted. We've got some of the Blade Wings, and we got some Goblin Chain Whirlers. Will, this is our first match with it. We easily crushed him game 1. Game 2, it felt like he drew every card in his deck. And game 3, as you can see, this was a clearly easy win, but we just missed our land. Like, there's just no chance he wins this game if we hit our 4th land, but we missed it 2 turns. We had 2 in our opening hand, so that means we've gone 4 turns without drawing a land. Or, sorry, 4 turns and only drew to 1 land. Which is kind of poopy, but I'd say we're close to dead at this point, though. I think it'd be very hard for us to win. He's got 5 cards in hand, they're all spells. We've drawn yet another Karizev, which is just like clearly not a good card when we already have one in play. Cool. Yeah, at some point we'll draw land. It's probably what our opponent's thinking too. Because he's probably sitting on Torrential Gearhulk right now, just waiting to win. Which means if he bricks for 2 turns, we just beat him with what's on the table. That's just such a weird play. I don't know why you would ever make the play he just made. Seems to me like it's like just clearly a bad play. He took 3 damage for no reason and gained 2. All it does is stop me from having a 3rd Karizev. Like, it literally is not good in any other circumstance. I see so many people make that obviously terrible play too. Whee! Yeah, well, this game's probably over, but who knows? Maybe it's not. This sucks because now he can Gear Hulk and block while drawing 2 cards. If he does that, I would scoop off stream, but I probably won't scoop on stream. Just because we're streaming. Hey, we've only missed our land drop for 7 turns though. So how do we expect to win? Ooh, cool. The 8th turn was a draw, or the eighth turn was there. Maybe his hand's super bad, but like he's not been playing lands, so those are 5 spells. I don't even know why he pretended to think about it. Guess I'll play this one again. He's got a gear hook, we're just dead, but whatever. Sometimes you just lose the good matches. Yeah, that's how my day's been on Moto, JJ. I played the Commander Challenge today and went 0-4. I wasn't able to play any of the 4 games. I played 1 league earlier and somehow got paired versus 4 Fumigate decks, which is why I'm playing this deck. This deck crushes Fumigate decks. But we get paired versus a good match and just don't draw lands. Oh well. He was tuned a little bit to like beat decks like this, but like that game was 100% over if we just had land 4 on turn 4 or 5. Like it wasn't even close to a game if we'd hit either of those land drops. Maybe we should have a 25th land in the sideboard at least? I'm not sure. If we did, it would have been over one of these abrades though. We didn't have an abrade in our hand anyway, so it's not like we would have had it. His hand's pretty bad, but it's a keep. Especially versus their mulligan. We can currently cast 0 creatures in our monocolor deck. And we're paired versus some blue deck, some blue-white deck. They either F6 for their turn, or they didn't have a land 2. Which is an insane keep. It's a little bit better if it's that type of deck. I was thinking approach. Land? Not a land. And this is the punishment we get for playing what we're playing. For playing triple red spells. What do they have in their graveyard? Good enough stuff to hold up to a braid, I guess. Yeah. Good card, friend. They discarded a refurbish. You know how bad that has to be for us? Go ahead and put that in the graveyard because I just want to deal as much damage as I can. Oh, look, it's a fumigate, friends. Probably just dead. I almost want to use this. Because our hand's just so bad. Our hand's just so bad, but whatever. Can we get our 4th land? So that we can at least play the Kenra? We can't. So that's pretty much game. He's just going to cast Refurbish and we're going to scoop. Another game where we just don't draw 4 lands. Our opponent missed a land drop, by the way. Keep that in mind, that this opponent missed a land drop and it just doesn't matter. Because this is how well I run. Of course you'd have Baffling End. Why wouldn't you? This is infuriating. I have to actually use the Scavenging Grounds now too because there's a Champion of Wits in the graveyard. Just not getting to play Magic is the most infuriating thing in the world. Cool, another GPG. Fun times. We get to just lose to a Refurbish, and that's okay. He's got it, he's got it. Also lose to a GPG from his hand, which is pretty likely to have at this point. If we draw an untapped land, we can beat this, assuming he's bad enough to block. Or doesn't have another creature. I guess I'm supposed to play the Fanatical Firebrand then? Oh, maybe I'm supposed to hold both of these up in case he didn't draw a removal spell. Or a discard spell, but it's pretty safe to think he's going to draw a discard spell, so. I don't know how we beat this now, though. Feels like we're just dead here no matter what happens. It's another angel. Yeah, we're just dead. It's, again, supposed to be a fairly good match for us, but when we're not playing Magic, we're not playing Magic. So we're going to bring this in, we're going to bring these in. We're going to get rid of these. I think we're going to bring most of our flying stuff in. I think all of this flying stuff's pretty good here. I think these are okay. Again, I think most of these are okay. Cards that I think are bad. I think cards like Crasher are bad because I just think things on the ground aren't particularly good in general. I think Lightning Strike's probably bad, and probably some of these like Earthshakers and stuff are probably not good. Maybe the Beaumonts. Oh no, Hazoret's. Hazoret's just bad. I'd rather have Beaumont than Hazoret. I don't much want either of them, but I would rather have Beaumont than Hazoret. This is a match where I probably want the 25th land. Alright, we'll keep it. It's pretty medium though, because like all he has to do is have a minister and he kinda like shuts down basically our hand. Hmm. Well, and we curved out. A boom. Hmm. I will scare him by showing him that that Earthshaker might get to come back. No, friendo. But friendo, give us that Beaumont back. The sad thing is he can just play an Angel here and probably kill me. Not that an Angel does anything versus a first strike friendo. Settled Wreckage sure does though. That's not very good. That doesn't block. That's a GPG and an Angel. Interesting. Um. Hmm. I guess we know we're not letting this block. So we're going to go ahead and hey, it's another scavenging grounds. Fun. To see what opponent has now. Angel of Sanctions. It's a pretty good one. Hmm. So we can Scavenging Grounds his stuff away, or we can just assume he doesn't have Refurbish. And then, like, bring the 4/4 back. And get the Phoenix back? As Refurbish, we probably die on the spot doing that. Oh. Well, that's probably better then, right? Let's go ahead and play this thing. Play this thing. And I guess we're going to minus on this one. So now he's got to kill the Phoenix. Probably needs to kill the Chandra. And be able to beat the Earthshaker Kenra. Yeah. Well, that so far doesn't do it. It's got to have another blocker for it to do it. Could have Seal away, I guess. You could definitely just have Seal away here. If he does Seal away into Refurbish, then fine, he gets us. We're not getting a better opportunity, though, I don't think. Now, Hazoret would have actually been really good that game, but is Hazoret always good in this match? I'm not sure. Maybe if he's going to be playing so many Wardens and stuff, maybe we want to bring a couple of these back. Like, the Beaumont Couriers are kind of bad anyway. Beaumont Couriers feel kind of bad anyway. Let's go with this. Ah, this hand's good. We have 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop Bringer. We have no way to stop with him interacting with him going fast. I think Phoenix is better than Varix, and I think it's better by a lot, but we're just testing Varix out. Somebody told me I'm wrong, so I wanted to try it, but I think Phoenix is better. I think Phoenix is better than Hazoret. I still think Phoenix is just the best 4-drop in Standard. But like I said, somebody keeps telling me, or somebody told me that I'm wrong, so we're trying a couple. More testing it than thinking it's right. Like, I'm always willing to try to learn something by trying a new card. I don't think Chandra's particularly good. We do have 3 different dragons in our deck. Varix might be better in other matches. Matches that are going to go longer. Like, it may be better in, like, say, like a red-green monster style deck that's got some, like, Merfolk or Mana Producers or whatever. I just don't think it's good in this style deck. not bad. Um, yeah, it depends on what he has here. This could be good. Not good. Not good at all. Oh, it's great actually. I expected him to make 1/1s that could block, so it ended up being great. Though the 1/1s doesn't do anything either because the Glorybringer would have killed the Warden. The Warden would have come back and play, and the Warden would have wiped the entire team. So once he cast the Angel, there was nothing he could do based on the Glorybringer in our hand that would have won the game. And that, my friends, is an example of why I probably should not have Glorybringer in my sideboard. Or, sorry, should not have Siege Gang Commander in my sideboard. It should probably just be more Bringers of Glory. Because sometimes Trogdor just needs to burn across the countryside. Can we win a dice roll, fella? Oh, that sounds fine. This hand's so fine I'm going to mulligan it. This hand's actually fine. Going to keep him. Oh, cool. Another blue-based, or another Fumigate-based deck. So this is my 8th round today, and my 6th round versus Fumigate-based decks. Yeah, but we have the full 20 mountains. We cut the other colorless sources for it. Like, we don't have any of the Grasp Desert, or we don't have any Sun-Scorched Deserts. So we have just the full 20 mountains. What's it mean when they play Desert of the Truth? It's like really bad in approach. Does that mean this is a Drakehaven deck? Has to be Drakehaven, right? To have those cards. Ready when Teferi gets cheap enough for me to buy. I've already got some ideas, but Teferi's a little bit out of the budget at the moment. Think I'm just gonna bash with both and don't care if he casts Settle. Coming to play tap lands is super bad on approach though. Like it's actively very, very bad if you're playing approach. Like you don't want them in your deck. You barely want these in your deck. Like you barely want these in your deck. No. I'm the approach king. That's literally what I'm known for, is building and tuning approach decks correctly. The problem with approach is not really a control deck. Approach is kind of a stall the game deck. It can't take total control of a game versus decks that have reasonable draws. So since it can't take total control of the game, when you have a come into play tap land that you draw and you need it for your Fumigate, or you need it for your Settle, or you need it for your approach, you just stone lose the game. So for each one of those you put in your deck past farmlands, you're increasing your odds over and over and over that one of your critical high casting cost spells, because remember, this deck has a bunch of 4-drops, several 5-drops, and has to resolve a 7-drop. And often when you want to resolve the 7-drop, it's going to be after you've used a Rivulet on yourself, so technically you have to have 8 mana. So every time that you have those things occur, by the way, I'm just attacking into another settle, but I'm talking right now. I could care less if he's got another settle. But anytime that you have one of those things occur, like, you just increase your odds of losing with a deck that can barely win. Like, there's a reason that Approach isn't tier 1 to begin with, and it's because of all of these high mana costs. It's the reason Approach isn't a tier 1 deck. Well, it wasn't before Dominaria. Like Silhouette and Teferi, some of those cards may change it. That's yet to be seen. But the reason it's not a tier 1 deck is because of those things. So, like, making your mana worse makes your deck worse. This doesn't improve his mana. And being able to cycle and draw a card in the mid games, or in the late games, just irrelevant for the deck. Like, it just does not matter. You only beat decks that, like, draw no action with things like that. I have a goblin. Will you counter it? You did not counter my goblin. Like, for example, you're going to have 8 4-drops right off the bat. Do you want to increase your odds of your 4th land coming to play tapped and not even getting to play them until turn 5? It just doesn't seem like something you want to do. Like I said, I already have some ideas for that local dope, but guess that's fine. If he's doing that, though, that probably means he can kill Hazoret too, which is really bad for us. The opponent may not be playing Approach too. Keep in mind that, like, this could just not be an Approach list. It could be just like a base blue-white control list. Because he's already played 3 cards that an Approach deck can't afford to play. Their hand's really bad, though, so it doesn't really matter which one of those things he's playing. They're all just going to beat what we're doing. Sorcery speed removals, like, really, or sorcery speed card draws, like, really bad in that deck. Arch is pretty bad in this deck. Baffling End's worse than Effer Meltdown. So, like, there's just a lot of things that doesn't make sense in this deck. Baffling End's also worse than Silhouette. But it's much worse than Effer Meltdown. The dragons are in the sideboard, so we definitely cannot do that right now. I love the Mana Trader bots. They work great for me. Alright, so the game's just over now. He's got a Search for Azcanta. Oh, I've never used those. I should try them at some point. I guess because of Fumigate, I'd rather force him to target the Goblin. That way he doesn't get to gain a point of life later. Like, we're pretty dead, though. Just need to see what their actual kill condition is. It may affect us how we sideboard. Like, it's pretty safe to concede this game, but there's just no point in conceding it. And he still has 7 cards in hand. He's got an active arch. He literally can just do anything he wants. Alright, so he's got Into the Royal. That's good to know. Card's actually good. Looks like it's approach. Alright, so it's officially approach. We'll go ahead and scoop. So versus approach, we basically going to sideboard the same as we have been sideboarding. You want to practically bring in everything. You want to take out all of these and then like a random card. Not sure what the random card should be. It's probably just one of these dudes. Could care less if he has Gearhulk or anything. I still just don't care about a Braid. That's not how he wins the game. Yeah, Blink's a sweet card. I was starting to think for a second our opponent didn't have Dominaria cards in his deck until he played the Blink. You can even argue to bring in Harvesters in a match like this because Harvesters are good versus Fumigate, but I typically don't like vehicles when I have to play around like Settles and Fumigates and Cast Outs and stuff. I pretty much just like going all in every single turn. Okay, apparently I need to turn off notifications on this thing. Turn off. Thank you. Please stop bothering me. So, hands unplayable. Hands unplayable. And hands unplayable. Alright, well, we lose. I'm not going to mulligan again. We're just going to see if we get lucky. Sometimes you just don't draw a land at all. This is a very, very good match, though. And the changes he's made to his deck will just make this match better for us. And if we hit runner, runner, land, and he's got a medium hand, we can beat it. Oh, what do you know? Let's come and play the tap land. Which means we could have resolved the spell that we wouldn't be able to resolve if it was just like anything else. Hey, it's a land. I guess this one's the best. As he settles versus this, we get 2 lands instead of 1. Somebody took a Sharpie to my Pia. Okay. Card's kind of bad, so don't care. Play this pre-combat because lazy. Got a lot of powerful 4-drops in our hand. Oh, he's got Effort Meltdowns too? Okay. This is still worse than Seal Away, though. Like, out of the Effort Meltdown, Baffling End, Seal Away combination of cards, Baffling End's the worst. I'd rather play 4 Meltdowns and 4 of the other cards before I play one of that card. Oh, and he's got a big 5/5 that I can't deal with. Alright, so that's game. And it has First Strike. That's kind of an interesting card. I thought about putting Puncturing Light in my sideboard, but like, I wouldn't bring Puncturing Light in this match anyway. So maybe Dawnbringer's a card that puts Approach able to beat red decks. I'm not sure because like Regal Caracol wasn't doing it. Maybe there's a chance that Dawnbringer does. Card's certainly good. Then again, how hard is it to beat what we've presented him? Sure. That's probably better than Cats. Yes, Dom is legal on Moto. Based on the Dom cards we have in play on both sides of the table. I'm just going to take it again. Not a lot, Ricky. Just not drawing lands at all today. Play a Goddess. Still have just no outs here. Like, I have no way to remove this from the table, so when we didn't get even a remotely fast start, the game was just over. Still a legend, so you can't play 2 of them, I guess. Lab Maniac, that's kind of sweet. Goodbye, Chandra. Though he could just attack my face. He doesn't actually have to care about Chandra. He probably should attack my face. Alright, we're done here. Well, so far we've beat the opponent where we've got lands 1 through 4 versus, and we've lost to the opponent that we haven't. We're playing versus just a blue-white approach deck. We mulliganed a bunch. Like, wasn't very entertaining. Still think it's a pretty good match for me. I mean, well, it was a pretty good match pre-Dominaria. Obviously, I don't know like what matchup is good and what matchup is bad and things like that post-Dominaria. I guess we'll keep this. Not Singleton Kitties, but you got to keep in mind that Lyra does have First Strike, and having First Strike changes things. Like if Kitties had First Strike, you might not need 2 of them. Like the Lyra having First Strike makes it really good because it means I have to have 2 things to beat it. It's not easy to have two things. Like, do you leave in your bad lightning strikes and your bad abrades now just so you have to beat? Or do I have to put puncturing lights or something in my deck? It's just weird. This hand's terrible. I mean, red has puncturing light that you can play in your sideboard that's also good versus Scarab God. I think the Dawnbringer's something definitely worth exploring. Like, I thought that was cool. I didn't like a lot of the other opponent's card choices, but I really like Dawnbringer. Like, that may be enough to swing the red match. And if that is enough to swing the red match, oh boy, this is going to be a weird format. It is, but it gets rid of a Scarab God forever and can't be bounced and stuff like that. So, like, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying, like, there is that answer. And it's something that I've used before. I keep calling it Puncturing Light, but I guess it is Puncturing Blow. I just didn't know what it's called. Thank you, Local Dope, stopping me from sounding like an idiot as usual. Alright, so this is a red-white wizard deck. I guess it's a red-white something. I didn't realize that Champion of Wits was a wizard. I knew his card type. I didn't realize I knew the first part of his card type. I didn't know the second part of his card type. This hand's really not working out. Red-black does have Hour of Glory as well. So this is just tribal wizards then. I cast you. Let's see what happens. Boom. By the way, hey Joe. It's really cool seeing Joe in chat. Joe's a local from my store that I do not get to see nearly enough. Really like Joe. Yeah, he definitely has Counterspell mana up, which is why we're going to try to force him to use the Siren or whatever to protect this thing, and then we're going to try to resolve a hazard afterwards. That's fine. That doesn't work out how he wants it to work out because of the first strike. Interesting. Just in case he has Magma Spray, I think I'm going to go ahead and cast a Hazard. I know he can get counterspelled here, but I don't want him to, like, be able to counterspell. I don't want him to be able to kill the Rekindling Phoenix, basically. So if he has to spend 2 mana to use the Wizard counterspell, I think I'm fine with that. He could have used this mana in Magma Spray, so I'm assuming he either made a mistake and or Lightning Spray or Magma Sprays aren't in his deck. I'm not sure which. So the game won't be the easiest to win from here. Then again, we did draw 7 lands and 4 spells, so. Wizard Boat, sure. The Syncopate's pretty cool. Straight petroleum. Boom. Guess I'll go ahead and play the land. I'm not sure why. I'll assume he's got an Into the Royal or something. Yeah, there's an Into the Royal. That's unfortunate. 2 Galtas, nice. And then a Lightning Strike too, and he still has 3 cards. Unfortunate. Okay. I kill you. Now, do we play around Syncopate or not? I guess we'll play around it. Could have just played it that turn, too. He couldn't have syncopated it that turn. He can certainly counterspell it now, though. What do you got, opponent? Oh, that ends the game quick. Alright, well, we need a good draw. Guess we won't block this turn. Hazard? Nope. Another land. What's that? Our opponent's drawn so many more spells than us. Still have time to draw out of this. They have a hard counter spell. We probably can't win from here, but... Alright, there's a Beaumont. It's potentially a start. And by start, I mean it's a redraw. Huh. It's Goblin Bad. This is like Bad Goblin Bad. Alright. Bad Goblin Bad, do your best. I don't think so, JJ. A lot of people tell me I'm wrong. But I don't think it's worth that. I think I will block here. I'm dead in 2 attacks anyway, so I can't think of what would let me win this game. Rekindling Phoenix maybe, but there's only 2 in our deck, so he didn't attack with this anyway, so I can't block. So maybe a Rekindling Phoenix. More than likely, though, we just have no out. Certainly a 10th Mountain in 18 cards isn't an out. Huh. Feel like it's probably hard for him to kill things with 4 power or toughness. I misspoke. Just all of this seems good. My whole sideboard seems good here. This card even seemed good here. So everything I have seems great here. Don't want these. Alright. Just submit 71 cards. Submitting 71 cards doesn't seem right. I think it's probably... I personally think it's already peaked. But... I'm not sure. Like I said, some people, like my friend Ricky, think I'm just very wrong about the card. I think the card's kind of a build-around card. Like, I don't think it's great. Bonewall Courier might not be good here. They have a lot of little things that seem like they can block. Siege Gang Glory seems good. Hazard seems good. It seems like they just can't beat any of my 4-drops. But it seems like I have way too many of them, so... Seems like they just can't beat my 4-drops. Pia seems fine. It can fly and it can block. The Goblin dude, the 3/3 Goblin seems fine. Maybe Siege Gang's not good. Alright, Siege Gang seems fine, but it seems worse than the other things that we have. Could have maybe took out the shocks as well. Okay. Yeah, well, it doesn't look like MTGO wants to let us play today. Yeah, that makes eBay's our best friend though. Alright, well we're definitely gonna keep another land because our hands gas money. Oh, I guess I need to play my mountain first. Boom. Get pirated. I guess I'll kill this. Only so I can attack. Oh, opponent doesn't have spells. Or doesn't have mana, rather. They have a buttload of spells. Doesn't look like they have a 1-drop removal spell either, because it feels like they're F6. Alright, well, opponent's not playing Magic this game. We played a 1-2-3-4. And our 5 has haste. Syncopate is a good card. Oh wow, our next turn was great. Alright, I think we're just going to resubmit it. I don't think I want to change anything, but maybe I should have put a little more time into thinking about it. This hand's fine. This is the type of hand I expect to get pretty often. Opponent got to keep his 7 this time too, so maybe we'll actually get to play Magic. There's not been a whole lot of Magic played this league. Just has not been much Magic played this league at all. Get wrecked. Goodbye, Earthshaker. We will miss you. Homie. Homie, bro. No. No, JJ. I like the mulligan. Oh, wow. They have a 4-drop as well. Their 4-drop Chandra, and they get the ticket up? Oh, they ticked it up for a card. We don't care if they tick it up for a card. It's when they tick it up for mana that it gets miserable. So they might 2-for-1 this. That's okay. If they do, the Glorybringer probably can finish this off. I guess they have a removal spell in hand, a land, and a counter spell. That would suck. So their deck looks like it's a completely different deck game 3. Whee! Click, 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 click. I don't know. I thought they were playing a different deck, so like I don't feel like I've sideboarded well now that I see cards like this in it. They ticked it up for mana too. Oh god. I'm probably about to get Wizard counterspelled. I'm probably about to get Wizard counterspelled, ain't I? I mean, they could just hardcast it, but... Alright, well, I get to attack, so... I kind of want to use this, but... I don't know if I'm supposed to. Wow, they fixed the bug. I guess that makes it easier to make that decision, then? They fixed that bug. So they can save that with the Storm Tamer if they want. They chose not to. Right. They can block a Glorybringer and throw a Lightning Strike at it? I mean, I'm not sure. Not sure what the plan is. Opponent's having a bold move of some kind. Does he also have Magma Spray? I guess that would be okay. Just saving Chandra? I don't know what's going on right now. Yeah, used to, you couldn't exert while attacking a Planeswalker. Right, so they have to hit something in their top 2 cards to kill this elemental, or the game's just over? Like, the game's 100% over? They just can't kill this? Okay. Like that top 4 cards. Did they get there? They got there. Still, like, really good for us, because we have a Kari Zev in our graveyard, so we get to kill Chandra. And, like, then they have to beat several 4/4s. Glorybringer, you can't block. I'm not sure how they beat several 4/4s here. Also, I sideboarded out a lot of my or like, yeah, I sideboarded out all of these Beaumont Couriers and all of these Crashers, so them bringing in Fiery Cannonades, not the worst thing. We have 6 mana already. I guess we'll just make our opponent happy. I assume he's going to scoop before we draw the 7th mana, but who knows. The rules on Moto are just like they are in real life right now, so how you redirect is very different. Just never getting 7 mana. Alright. It's time to play for a pity chest. Pity chest. Will we acquire it or won't we acquire it? And do we run this deck back or do we make some changes or what? I recognize this guy's name from earlier. I guess we keep this hand. Blue-black. Our hand's terrible versus anything blue-black based. Oh, cool. Our third scavenging ground. That's exactly what we needed. And GPG's such a big part of the meta, though, and, like, the matchup isn't great. Oh, yeah. Phonetical Firebrand. Two Jaces and Chandras. Planeswalkers are, as long as they have a different name, you can have them all. Oh, I pressed F6, but we'll assume our opponent made the right play. We lost a point of damage there because our opponent was like breathing out of his mouth, but we breathed out of our mouth harder, so. And again, we can't play our 3-drop. If he's just playing blue-black control, we just can't win with this hand. In a million years. My deck's literally slapping me in the face with its balls right now. Cool. Yeah, but it's not like we're ever going to get to sack them. Hey, maybe he'll play that Field of Runes. That would be fun, right? So this game's pretty much over. In the name. Like. Well, apparently I don't own Anissa, but for like example, I can have apparently Moto's lagging, but like I can have this Nissa Vital Force and this Nissa Steward of Elements in play, and if we were playing a different format, I could just have all the Nissas in play. But like as long as they have a different name, you can have them. Back to our game. What are we looking at here? Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot we were looking at this just horrible site. What's worse about this is like these two cards are already mulligans. We can't play this, and our opponent still has more spells than we even have cards. How do we ever win this match? I mean, I feel like the match is a favorite for us by a lot, but this game just can't be won at this point, I don't think. Opponent's hand would have to be so incredibly bad that it was ridiculous. Like, maybe he's got 3 fatal pushes in his hand or something. We can beat something like that. He did put on bottom with his thing, so. Cool. Another almost dead card. That's from its original set. I don't know what that symbol is. It's like maybe it's Odyssey or Torment or something. I don't have any idea. I'll Google it for you because apparently you don't know what Google is. What's that symbol again? Alright. It is Odyssey. Hey, I guessed right. Foils are worth $1.50 on Star City, but they're out of stock. Hey, I guessed right. Said I thought it was from Odyssey. Oh, I had F6 pressed, or I could have just stone ringed my opponent. But my opponent keeps making like really weird plays. That's the second time I could have crushed my opponent with a if I hadn't pressed F6, but like there was no sense for him ever making that play. So like maybe I'm just gonna lose this game. But I guess it's my fault for pressing F6, so. Oh, I messed up. I was trying to hold priority to use the braid, and I failed. I was trying to hold priority, and I just failed. Well, I mean, it technically wasn't a bad play. My opponent has to make a bad play for it to even be a bad play. Like, who would have ever guessed that he was going to do something that silly? Like, he did it again, too. But I guess I F6 the first time, so. It makes sense for him to do it again. I don't think a blue black's definitely not a bad matchup. Like, this is definitely just not a bad match. We've drawn 0 1-drops and 0 2-drops. Well, we've drawn 1 1-drop and 0 2-drops in our aggro deck. Like, we play 15 of those things for a reason. A fourth of our draws should be them. We've also drawn 10 lands to our opponent's 8. Even though he's technically deeper in the deck than us. What do we play for our next stream? Hazard's probably not even that great right now. There's very little chance that he doesn't have an answer to it. I mean, I just play mono green whoop ass. I can't afford those cards right now. That's another deck I can't afford the cards to at the moment. We've drawn all of our non-creature spells but 3. Oh yeah. The gift that keeps on giving, friends. I would kill to play Marvel. The gift that keeps on giving. Did you draw 3 Field of Runes? No. We want that guy. I don't want to spend your tickets, JJ. Anything that you buy right now is going to drastically go down in price. That'd be kind of poopy for me just to spend all your tickets. Alright. No Scarab God, please? Good, I should have put this on the stack in case he has another Torrential Gearhulk. Now he's just not going to cast it, so. Lies. Somebody unbans Marvel and I will prove why it's not. Wait, he still just cast it. Well, that's fun. Thank you, pal. Glorious End might be good in this match. There's another Scavenging Grounds. Hot dang. Did I get to deal 4 damage? I'm going to assume not. Oh gosh, we did get to do 4 damage. Who would have guessed that? Can I attack you for a lot? I will prove to people why it should not be unbanned. You just wait. Do we have a chance this game? I smash you. No. Wait, who said something that was a May? Oh. I missed part of the conversation, I think. I'll tell you what I didn't miss. I'm going to take a quick AFK here in 1 second. There was a loud bang on the other side of my house. I'm just kind of wanting to get the sideboard first. Now, so you're saying we have a chance. No, we don't have a chance if he's drawing that, probably. Let's see. There's 1 more shock in our deck, and there's 2 more lightning strikes, so I guess there's a chance. He put on top bottom, so let's just go ahead and do this and see what happens. Should have let that resolve first, but all of our goblins in theory can win now too. I think we have 2 left in the deck. No, we have 1 left in the deck. It's kind of cool how Beaumont was technically a lethal spell here. This game is a lot closer than I expected it to be. Oh. Yeah, with Torrential Gear, you may cast target instant spell. So, Glimmer. If they put on top, they have enough mana, or if they hit a Scarab God, they have enough mana to play and activate and get Vraska's Contempt. They've gone through basically their entire deck at this point, so they have to have a Scarab God. Any draw step now is a Scarab God. I just don't think this is going to resolve, but... Yeah, we have one Whirler left in our deck. Oh wow, they just gave up. They didn't even make me try to figure it out. So... In this match, I typically like bringing in all the 4-drops. Basically just like bringing in every card I have and removing most of my removal. Sometimes I'll bring Lightning Strikes back depending on if they have Gifted Efferborns over the Friendo. I'm blanking on its name. If they have Gifted Efferborn over Kingpin, but I think Kingpin's a better card. So, like, I always just assume they're going to have it, but I'm going to be right back. I want to see what that thump was. Alright, the other people in the house tell me that I'm dreaming and that there was no noise. I think they're wrong. Oh, look! This hand's terrible. I did go for all 4 Scavengers that game, yes. I don't think Fanaticals are that bad. Just being able to get in and deal 2 or 3 damage early, I think, matters. The only time that having a Magma Spray helps kill Scarab Gods if I also have a Lightning Strike to go, or an Abrade to go with it, and I just don't want that many of those spells in my deck. Alright, this hand's fine. I'm actually going to keep that, even though I don't want it, just because we have a 4 and a 5. This hand's very bad, though. We need 1s and 2s to win this match. And I don't think Fanatical Firebrand's great. I just think my sideboard's like very bad versus them in general. Yeah, it's in this deck. The mana's been very weird, but like when we've cast it, it's been a powerful card. I think we're going to have like maybe 22 red sources to play it though. Like I'm playing 20 red sources right now, and there's been multiple games where I've drawn it and we've not been able to use it. And I'm already on 20, so. That card's probably good enough to beat us, but like, as you can see, our hand's total trash. Like, we're just not playing Magic again. They don't have counterspells though. I guess we do get to play I cast you. I mean, it's been multiple games now. This Oh, sorry, I've been talking to you guys. Um, it's been multiple matches. I believe it's been 3 times in 5 rounds, and we've sideboarded them out in 2 rounds. So, like, it's just a ton of times that we've not been able to cast them. No, counter spells don't stop pro blue, or pro blue doesn't stop counter spells. I guess I'm just gonna cast it and then sack it. As for the Fanatical Firebrand, I don't know if the guy could hear me say it, but like, I don't think the card's good. I just think it's better than a lot of the weird cards in my sideboard. Which part was crazy? Oh, that card might be useful. Maybe he'll duress us again. Even though I sideboarded. Didn't I sideboard every spell I have out but 5? And 3 of those 5 be a card. Again, I pressed F6 because there's just no point of him ever using that card. I could have cut him off of a land and just won this game. But why would he ever use that card there? It makes no sense. But I'm probably going to lose because of it. If I was hitting a 4th land, if I hit any of the 4 drops, I wanted to go ahead and cast them that turn. Like, we have a lot of 4 drops in our deck. There's a whole lot of 4 drops in our deck. We have 3 Phoenixes and 2 Blade Wings, and I just wanted to cast any of those if we droned them. I don't know, he didn't stream today. So opponents should only have 4 lands right now. But I'm bad. I deserve to lose. Cool. Our opponent duressed himself. Probably has a contempt. No contempt, please. He didn't counterspell this, so he basically has to have a contempt. Alright, I guess he doesn't have to have a contempt. Proving me wrong. He streamed Blue Black Scarab God like the other morning or something. Okay, opponent's done. Let's go ahead and open our pity chest real quick. 20 play points and bulk. Yeah, it's a pity chest though. We'll accept it. Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do the Sunday stream now. Oh, was it Brawl? I didn't realize it was Brawl. I guess maybe they both had their commander in play. I didn't watch the entire match. I just went back and clicked the replay just to see what deck he was on. And there was definitely nothing in the command zone. So I guess both players could have just had it in play. We didn't have 9 mana to do it that turn, so I wanted to guarantee the 7 damage. But yeah, we're going to do another stream right now. But the question is, do we play the red deck again? If so, do we change the red deck, or do we just play some mono green whoop ass? What do you guys think? And if we play mono green whoop ass, what changes do we make? I will ask the people in chat. Yeah, so Duretti wants to see some mono green whoop ass. So does James. Alright, everybody wants to see mono green whoop ass. Alright, so here we are. This is the last mono green whoop ass deck that I played off stream. The question is, do we make any changes, or do we just run this deck back? The deck felt pretty okay to me. I think it's kind of weak versus. Oh well, we got one guy rooting for the red deck wins. So we're definitely going to play this archetype then, but what build of it are we going to play? By the way, if you're watching on YouTube right now, you can go ahead and turn off the video. We're just going to be updating this deck and then restarting the stream. The deck felt pretty good to me. The only real change was like if Ripjaw Raptor's better than Walking Ballista or not. Walking Ballista does a lot of things in this format. But, like, Ripjaw Raptor's a lot better with Galta, and we've already cut Heart of Kiran's from the deck. Add Unknown Shores, no doubt. You guys think the Impulse is good? I didn't even like the Impulse in Limited. Like, it was in my Limited deck, and I actively thought it was bad. I whiffed on it more than once. And in our sideboarded games, we're going to have a bunch of these other things in. Alright, I guess we're just going to play this build of the deck then. But anyway, I'm going to log off for about 5 to 6 minutes. Get these cards, buy these cards, return the red cards, make the photos and stuff, and then we'll stream this deck. So I'll see you guys somewhere around 12:25. So we'll be back.